All right, let's see if we can make a successful baseball team here. One that's good enough to make the playoffs should do. All right, I got it. Let's start by making this a dish for royalty. So we're gonna add a little bit of Prince. All right, add some Prince in there. Very good. We should really make this something sweet. I think if we add some brownie in there, little brownie, he was just rookie of the year, so I think things are looking up for him. That would be great. All right, a little brownie in there. Let's add some Ben sheets. That'll be great for consistency. There we go. Maybe a few cc's of some Council. Can't forget a weak splash of some Ricky. A little weak splash of some Ricky there. What else? What else can we add? We want this thing to be hearty, so let's make sure we don't forget the JJ. That should be enough. And I think let's give this thing a little taste. It's good, it's okay, but I can tell you it's missing something. I can tell you it's missing something. What do we need? I've got it. We need a trade deadline splash of some Cy Young Sabathia. Oh man, this shit is not cheap, is it? Oh man, that's all right. I just need it for this one recipe, this one season. Let's just make sure we got every last ounce out of this thing.
Every drop.
There. I think, you know, it might not be perfect, but I think that'll get us into the playoffs. That should do it. Welcome in to another Brew City Baseball production. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Take a second to subscribe, and I appreciate you. If you've been here before and you're already subscribed, thanks, you're the best. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Let's pretend that you're the general manager for a professional baseball team. You haven't made the playoffs in nearly 40 years, and you're sitting at a meager 49-40, with the trade deadline right on the horizon. Your team hasn't been overly spectacular, but they've shown some flashes, and they seem like they could be a piece or two away from being real playoff contenders. And there it is. You see the opportunity to go and snag a Cy Young pitcher for a half-season rental. Are you pulling the trigger? Maybe this seems like a no-brainer, especially in hindsight.
No-brainer.
But the 2008 CC Sabathia trade was a franchise-defining move that changed Milwaukee baseball culture for years to come. Despite only being in Milwaukee for a little over 3 months, CC brought more attention to the city than anybody else has in recent memory. It's easy to be spoiled by some of the pitching that Brewers fans have been lucky enough to marvel at over the years, but looking back on his second half run with the Brewers in 2008, Sabathia was truly incredible. It amazes me how much love Milwaukee still has for CC, being an all-time favorite of some, even after only spending a few months here. While certain appearances from 2008 certainly stand out, the true remarkability of CC came from the consistency and frequency in which he put the team on his ginormous back and almost guaranteed the team a win when he took them out. In exchange for his legendary summer performance, CC cemented himself as a Brewers legend. He really said, "Drop the periods from my name, I'll give you an exclamation point instead." Exclamation point! So what exactly made this historic run so impressive? Given his short but impressive tenure with the crew, I think the best way to see the impact that he had on this playoff push is to look at each start that he had individually. I'm also going to be keeping track of 2 different records throughout the video. The team's record since his trade and their record when he's on the mound. So, on July 7th, 2008, Cleveland sent Sabathia to the Brewers in exchange for Matt Laporta, Zach Jackson, and Rob Bryson, with an agreement to add a player to be named later should the Brewers make the playoffs. Not exactly something that you see all the time, but this ended up being the saving grace for Cleveland in the trade, with the previously mentioned players flaming out and the player to be named later ending up being Michael Brantley, who's had quite a solid career. CC actually mentions that he felt right at home pretty much right after he arrived in Milwaukee. Having felt isolated as black players were less prevalent in recent years, CC now found himself in a clubhouse with black leaders like Prince Fielder, Ricky Weeks, Bill Hall, and Mike Cameron, to name a few. Not to mention he got to team up with his best friend, David Risky. Best friends. Anyways, July 8th is when Sabathia took the mound for the first time for the Brewers. Going up against the Colorado Rockies, Sabathia went 6 innings, surrendering 2 runs on 5 hits and 5 walks, while striking out 5. He would go on to take the win, as the Brewers would win 7-3. Pretty impressive for his first start with the crew.
Pretty impressive.
Sabathia's next start came on July 13th against the Reds. This time out, Sabathia showed everybody exactly why Milwaukee wanted to get their hands on the ace. He went 9 innings, surrendering only 2 earned runs on 2 hits and 1 walk, while he struck out 9. The Brewers went on to win 3-2 as he rallied to make his second start with the club before the All-Star break. This was the first of his league-leading 7 complete games that he would throw, as the Brewers would go on to throw 12 complete games as a team, far more than anybody else, with Ben Sheets contributing another 5. On July 18th, Sabathia took the road against the San Francisco Giants. In this game, he once again pitched 9 innings, this time only allowing 1 earned run on 4 hits with no free passes and striking out 10. The Brewers would go on to win this game 9-1. Once again on the road, July 23rd, Sabathia takes the mound against the Cardinals. For the 3rd time in a row, Sabathia pitches 9 innings, giving up no earned runs on 3 hits and 2 walks while striking out 7. The Brewers would go on to win this game 3-0, and Sabathia would get another win with the team. So far, through his first 4 games with the club, he's been lights out, giving up only 5 runs in 33 innings. July 28th versus the Cubs. This is going to be the first game that the Brewers lose with Sabathia on the mound. He ends up taking a no decision after going 6 2/3, giving up 3 runs and striking out 3, surrendering 9 hits and 2 walks. The Brewers lost this one 6-4 after a late rally by the Cubs. August 2nd at Atlanta starts a pretty crazy run for Sabathia on the mound. Here he picks up another W with the team, going 8 1/3 innings, giving up 2 earned runs on 6 hits and 1 walk while striking out 9. The Brewers win this one 4-2. On August 8th, he takes the mound versus the Nationals. Here he goes another complete game, pitching 9 innings, surrendering no earned runs, striking out 9 on 5 hits and 1 walk. The Brewers would win this one 5-0. On August 13th, he takes the mound at San Diego. Here Sabathia would get another win as he pitched 7 innings, giving up 1 earned run on 9 hits and 1 walk, striking out 8 in the process. The Brewers would win this one 7-1. On August 18th, he takes the mound against the Houston Astros, where he picks up another win, pitching 9 innings of 2 earned run baseball, giving up 11 hits and 2 walks, but striking out 9, as the Brewers would win this one 9-3. On August 24th, he takes the mound for his first of 2 consecutive starts against the Pittsburgh Pirates. In this start, Sabathia would take a no decision as he pitched 6 innings and gave up 1 earned run on 5 hits and no walks while striking out 5. The Brewers would win this one 4-3, but like I said, a no decision for Sabathia. His next time out, August 31st at PNC Park against the Pirates, was a pretty infamous game for Sabathia. While he would pick up the win and go 9 complete innings once again, giving up no earned runs, striking out 11, he did give up 1 hit.
Yeah, I didn't like that one, so it shouldn't count.
While the Brewers would go on to win this one 7-0, it certainly left a sour taste in everybody's mouth, knowing what should have been. Honestly, I still really don't see how the official score didn't change this one at any point during the game or after the game, but you know, that's baseball.
So close.
Sabathia continued to be solid over his next 2 starts. September 5th, he matched up against the San Diego Padres, where he would get a no decision after pitching 7 innings of 1 earned run baseball, giving up 5 hits and 2 walks, this time striking out 9, as the Brewers would go on to win 3-2. His next time out, September 10th versus the Reds, Sabathia would once again pitch 7 innings, this time surrendering 3 runs on 8 hits and 1 walk, while striking out 8 in the process. The Brewers would win this game as well, 4-3. September 16th, Sabathia takes the mound at Wrigley, and things would be a little bit different from here on out. Sabathia would actually take a loss in this start, pitching 7 innings and surrendering 4 runs on 9 hits. While he did strike out 5, the Brewers would lose this game 5-4. Following this game, Sabathia started pitching on 3 games rest. While this wasn't something that the club expected of him, this is what CC wanted to do. The team wanted to make a playoff run, and Sabathia knew what he needed to do to make that happen. Even with his upcoming free agency, that didn't stop Sabathia from taking the ball on 3 days rest on a few different occasions. However, his next time out, September 20th against the Reds, it would be in a losing effort, as he would fail to go 6 innings, pitching 5 2/3, giving up only 1 earned run on 7 hits and a walk, striking out 3, as the Brewers would lose 4-3 because of 3 unearned runs. Once again on 3 days rest, Sabathia takes the mound on September 24th against the Pirates. This time out, he gets a win, going 7 innings of 1 earned run baseball, only giving up 4 hits and 2 walks while striking out 11. The Brewers would win this one 4-2, which leads up to his final start against the Cubs on September 28th. Not to belabor the point, but once again, on 3 days rest and the season on the line, Sabathia takes the mound, and here's where the storybook ending comes in. Sabathia once again goes 9 complete innings, giving up no runs on 4 hits and 1 walk, while striking out 7. The Brewers would win this game 3-1, and after sitting around the stadium, waiting for the result of the Mets game, the Brewers officially clinched the playoff, and celebrations ensued.
And victory had never tasted so sweet.
For the first time in nearly 40 years, the Brewers were getting a chance at at October baseball. All thanks to CC Sabathia. Of the 17 games that Sabathia started, the Brewers only lost 3 of them, and they really needed every bit of performance that they got from him. Otherwise, we're likely looking at a New York Mets wildcard berth. This half-season run was about as good as they come, giving the Brewers a huge boost in their championship winning odds. If you want to hear more about that, go check out this video by Stark Raving Sports, which really puts into perspective how valuable he was in only a half season with the team. Not only this, but CC also found a way to contribute at the plate. In 48 at-bats, CC had 11 hits, including 6 RBIs, 2 doubles, and a home run for a .229 batting average. Pretty solid for a pitcher that spent 18 and a half of his 19 seasons in the American League. Unfortunately, leading the Brewers to a wild-card berth is where the CC Sabathia magic would end, being outmatched by the magical run that the Philadelphia Phillies were on themselves. CC gave everything that he had just to get the team to this point. And now, he's frankly just out of gas.
Out of gas?
But the impact that he made was remarkable, changing Milwaukee history and culture for years to come. After this point, the two went their separate ways, but they were better off for the time that they spent together. Just the very next year, CC would go on to win the World Series with the New York Yankees, whereas the Brewers found themselves establishing a bit of a winning culture, making the playoffs in 2011 and winning their first playoff series in quite some time against the Diamondbacks, all thanks to this guy, which you can hear more about if you check out this video. The Brewers were never going to be able to afford to keep Sabathia in Milwaukee. It was pretty much known the day he walked in the door. But they wanted to make the playoffs, and that they did. All thanks to an unforgettable season filled with some CC summertime magic. If you haven't yet, please take a second to smash that like and subscribe button. And I'd love to hear from you. Yes, you. Down in the comments below. What is your favorite CC Sabathia moment? From Cleveland, Milwaukee, or even the Big Apple? I want to know. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time, baseball fans.